All right, I'm Robert Gary, and today I'm going to be going over my Chisland Anvil app. I'm going to just build it for you guys here so you can see everything works. All right, so here it is. Um, I used a tab view. Just click on this, see every one of them works. All right, so it also has buttons that'll take you to every single tab that I used. Make sure all those work. And then for the social links, this is a separate view. You can see we're linked up to their Facebook and their website. So yeah, this is about it. This was for Chisel and Anvil. It's just a small town business in Hagerstown. Here we just have a little about us section, um, picture of the builders. For their portfolio, I threw in a few pictures here just so people can get a look at what kind of work they do. And then to contact us, this is supposed to zoom into Hagerstown, and I didn't use their actual address. They didn't want that on the app. Um, I'm not sure if this would be different at runtime on an actual iPhone. I'm not completely sure on that one. But for as far as for collaboration, here's an email us page. Do Bobby.com. Put in a phone number. And if anyone would like to collaborate, you could start with that. Click send, and then it'll bring up the message form. You should see here, yeah, it's already preloaded with Chisel and Anvil's Gmail. And then if you wanted to add a photo, simply, boom, there you go. Let's go back from this. And then the only other aspect, actually, just to show you that this would actually send, click send, and the mail went through. And really, the last feature I have that I haven't gone over, I'm pretty sure, is the directions. And I don't know if this is also just a little bug, but when it comes up, your end location is Hagerstown. You can just type in your start. The only thing I couldn't figure out, when you hit cancel, it won't take you back into the app. And I'm not sure if it'd be different on the phone or not, but that's about the only problem that I've had. So now that we went over the app, I'm going to go through just exactly how I did it. And let me zoom in. Actually, I'll zoom out first. This is just a look at the total app and the main.storyboard. I'll start with the tab controller. And I had to assign the relationship, so where exactly when you pressed on where they'd be going. And a navigation controller allows for that to happen. And you can see here I even included, I got some icons from an online class I took. It included some images. So we have the home button there. And I'll start with the About Us page. This was just the first view controller. All I used here was an image view and buttons. And one thing, you see all these red lines, I'm not sure exactly. This has to do with the constraints. So if you were to, let's see here, right click, drag up, you can add spaces. As far as if you used a different iPhone, it should all stay how it looks here. It'll compact itself or make itself bigger to fit the screen. Um, I also use buttons, and you can see something cool I did here was, I don't know if you remember, but when you ran the app, the buttons were actually rounded, and I just wrote that in right here. Also, the background image I used, it wasn't just white on the main page. That was also a background image I got um, through the class. And this just assigns the tab bar controllers. So we'll go back to the main.storyboard, and we'll go to the portfolio page next. Okay, so what I did here, instead of just doing an image view, a bunch of little boxes the whole way across, I put in a collection view, and then within that collection view, an image view. So we'll go up to our code here. No, there we go. So I put the image view action within the collection view class, and then we made a class for the portfolio view, and I made an array with all the images that I wanted in the view. And so when we go down here, I made it so that for every image that's in here, a new image view cell will be created, and it will print out in order. It'll go into the array and print out in order each of these images within a new cell. I think this is just a better way to do it, because if you ever wanted to add more pictures or anything, you simply can just come in here, comma, and what's one I have in here? Mike dot jpg, just to show that that worked. There he is, right down there. So that's just an easy way to do this. And one thing that I was struggling with, which I just didn't think you had to do at first, was actually add the .jpg, the image type. I figured you could just type the image name in, and I had an issue there. There's a lot of forums online though, great resources, so that helped me figure that out. We'll go to the contact us page now. Okay. So with this, I had to import both the MapKit framework and the Message UI framework for emailing. Here's the MapKit, and you can get all these where I showed you how to get the image view earlier. The MapKit's in here, buttons, labels, um, the tab view controller. I'm pretty sure I used. So yeah, this is where all your tools are located. A label, some buttons, and then when you click the email us, it'll take you to this page, which this use text fields, I believe. Yeah, text fields, labels, and a text view. So we'll go into the code on the contact us. Okay, so we had to import the map view outlet, and this is the contact. This is the views class, and set up the view. And although it's not working right now, it wasn't. I mean, the code runs and everything is solid, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. You can see I have it imported to Hagerstown's longitude and latitude. Um, it should center in on it. And then I even added a pin to where once it zooms in and you scroll over the pin, it should come up Chisel and Anvil, Hagerstown, Maryland. This just sets the size and the border that's supposed to be around it. As far as for the directions, when you click the directions button, I have it set up so that it'll take you to Apple Maps with it already set in as Hagerstown. The contact business, you couldn't see it in the app because you can't make a phone call in a simulation. But once you click the call us button, it'll come up. Are you sure you'd like to do that? And this is just for people always hit buttons in their phones or buttons on their phones in their pockets. So this is just a little. It can kind of catch that. And when you click OK, it'll run you through, and the preloaded phone number is already in there for Chisel and Anvil. And this is just to cancel you out if you didn't want to make that phone call. All right, and we'll go to the email feature. So from those fields I showed you earlier, I had to make outlets for those. And then we had to attach the message UI framework. Let's go down here. So we can see in once you select, or no, I'm sorry, once you put everything into the form, your the message body, the second page you get to after you hit send, it'll put the name, email, phone number, and message. Whatever you put into the fields before, it'll automatically send over and put it into that message body. Um, this just has it set up so Chisel and Anvil's Gmail is the mail that it's sending to. Um, here we have if the mail actually sent through or not. And I don't know if you remember when I pushed it over, you could see down in here it said that the mail had sent. I also had to add a done button on the keyboard. They didn't have one. So the keyboard was just kind of getting stuck there. And this is also another way just by hitting enter. Uh, Pretty sure that was the social links. So the last page I had, which wasn't set up to the tab view, is the social links. Let's scroll in here. Here I used a label, an image, and this is a table view. Now I had trouble getting the image to pop up because once again, I'm not sure if this has to do with constraints, but I have all mine set. You can see them here. And if it's just getting pushed too far to the left, but the label does come up with the social media link or title. So we'll start in table view cell. This just puts the social label and social image view. I had to make them outlets of the table view cell, and then in the table view controller, I kind of made an array. We have Facebook, website for the social title, and the social images, social icon 1 and 6, which are down in here, even though they're not showing up currently. And this just puts them in the order that they are up in here. When you come down here, it shoots them out in the cells based off of what you put up in the top there. Oh, and I also used a web view, I'm sorry, for when you actually click on a button, it'll take you to a web view, which whatever you have set up in here, it'll take you to that web view. So if you click on Facebook, this tells you it's taking you to Chisel and Anvil's Facebook that's already reloaded, and it sends through the request in the web view. It's the same for the website. Um, Here's the web view I was talking about that it sends you over to. And other than that, that's basically my app. I can show you. We had talked about an app where you can take a picture and then email that photo. I can show you. I have kind of a start on one. I'm just running into some issues as far as you can't actually take a photo on the simulator. And the way I have it set up, hold on here. The way that I have it set up is you have to have a video in this image view to do any of the other tasks. I can only show you the code. Okay. So I have all these actions, take photo, photo library, and email, and these just link up to these buttons. And with those, you can see here I coded in, this is in the view controller. Um, Here's how to load the camera to take the photo. Or when you click the take photo button, I'm sorry, it'll load up the camera. You can see source type camera. For the photo library, the source type's photo library, it'll load that up. And email, Chisel and Anvil is in there. Um, this just automatically sets the subject, message, and then it should get the image from either the photo library that you select or the camera. And here's just an error that's supposed to come up. And here it actually places the image into the image view, whether it's from the photo library or the camera. So I'll just show you what I mean here. I'll run this quick. This will come up. Okay, you can't see the view controller, and actually I didn't set any constraints on this either. Um, but if you click take photo, you can see that source type 1 is not available. It's just the camera is, you literally can't access the camera on the simulator. But that's where I got with that. I'm not sure if you can link up your actual phone and see if I could do that. Maybe I don't have an iPhone, but if I could do that, I could see if it's actually running. But the code all runs through, so I think I'm on a good start to that. I'll just go back to my other app here, give you one final look. And yeah, I really did learn a lot. I used Swift for this. This was a very cool experience. I'd used Visual Basic before, but it kind of same idea, is just different language. And yeah, this was a great learning experience overall. Thank you guys for your time, and I hope you enjoyed my application.